Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today for State Electric's Application Evolution Journey. My name is Susan Kudalakis, and I'm Senior Marketing Manager here at Progress. Before we jump in, I wanted to introduce you to Tanya O'Connor, your host for today. Tanya O'Connor is with Progress. She's Director of Product Marketing for core products, including OpenEdge, Sitefinity, Data Direct, and has over 20 years of marketing, channel, and communication strategy experience in the software market. Craig Briers is with American Eagle. He's been in the industry for nearly 20 years and has been with American Eagle for over a decade. With a technical background in web development and as an experienced marketer, Craig helps organizations realize their potential through the use of tailored digital solutions, often including Progress Sitefinity and other core Progress products. Dave Gravely began his career with State Electric Supply over 43 years ago and is now the Vice President of e-commerce and strategic sales. He's helped form and now leads the team that expanded the company's online presence. Libby Sperry is Director of E-commerce and Online Solutions at State Electric and has been with the company for over 41 years. She strives to provide their B2B customers with the ultimate B2C experience through creative online solutions. And last, Laurie Barron. Laurie has been part of the marketing department at State Electric for close to 12 years. She has a background in graphic design, and she is one of State Electric's website primary users and helps to set up pages and banners. Now I'm going to turn it over to Tanya, who's going to kick off the presentation today.
Thank you, Susan. Very excited to host today's webinar, State Electric's Application Evolution Journey. And as many of you probably recognize, businesses today, in order to thrive, they need to understand the expectations from users, whether they be from customers or employees or partners, because these expectations have elevated to expect consumer-grade experiences in a B2B world. For organizations that have been in business for a long time and exist in verticals such as distribution, manufacturing, financial services, just to name a few, they require the integration of complex back office systems with an intuitive and adaptive front end. With COVID lockdown, many companies came to recognize the advantage of having implemented a strategic digital experience initiative. But for those that hadn't prioritized it, they now understand that they really need to accelerate their DX in order to drive self-service and automation. But this can present a number of challenges for organizations today. It may mean really understanding how to leverage or update legacy technology, determining key integration points, developing an API-first approach, or establishing just basic business KPIs in association with these systems. Today, we are lucky to be joined by a team that has successfully implemented B2C experiences in a B2B world. The State Electric CEO understood really early on the positive impact implementing a consumer experience would bring to his electrical distributors business. Joined by their digital agency, AmericanEagle.com, they are here to share their journey and the results of building an e-commerce front end on top of an OpenEdge-based application. In this case, it was Infor SX.e. To get us started, we have Craig Briers of AmericanEagle.com, who will introduce you to these two organizations and set the stage for their challenge and their solution. Craig?
Thank you, Tanya. Well, everybody, thank you for joining today's webinar. Looking forward to talking a little bit more about American Eagle and our success with State Electric. So before we jump into the background on today's webinar, first want to give you an introduction to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com is a full-service digital agency. We've been in the business for over 25 years with over 500 employees with offices across the world, including the US. We are a Progress Titanium partner, over 350 project implementations, and over 100 certified staff, including a majority of which are certified in the Sitefinity stack. Some notable clients we've worked with in terms of the Progress software products and American Eagle services: Dairy Queen, RGA, Fast Signs, American Dental Association, and the Chicago Blackhawks, to name a few. So we think about American Eagle, our core competencies really break down to 6 areas of services: web, application and mobile development, experience design, strategy and insights, digital marketing, hosting and security, and ongoing services. Those combination of core competencies really allow us to work with any client, any size, and no matter what their business challenges are, to provide a solution. And as you can see on this slide, we've worked with a number of clients across all industries and all types of projects. And we're looking forward to talking about State Electric specifically today in the solution that we help them with. What I'd first like to do is talk a little bit more about, just in general, some of the solutions that we see when working with Progress OpenEdge and other Progress products such as Sitefinity and Data Direct, and how those different tools can be assembled and work with our clients' different ecosystems of technology stacks to provide a more modern customer experience that's really at the forefront of the digital age. And as Tanya had mentioned in her overview, with the recent impact of COVID, I think it's really important to be thinking digital first and using this as a time to revisit your roadmap and your digital strategy to make sure that you're making the right decisions, not just for right now, but also for the future. So the goal for this section is really to kind of paint the picture as to different ways you could be thinking about using some of the products that you already have, and also looking at Progress OpenEdge or even applications built on OpenEdge, and how those can work in conjunction to provide a digital-first customer experience. So the first question is why? Why are organizations making the shift from legacy systems or offline systems or very manual ones? It really comes down to two drivers. Usually the project is either IT driven or it's a more sales, marketing, operations driven decision. On the IT side, I think it's important to understand what are the main motivators and reasons why companies are going down this path towards integrating and modernizing their ecosystems of technology. Often it's part of a modernization effort, which may include shifting to the cloud, upgrading critical business software, or replacing critical business systems, and very commonly retiring legacy applications, custom code, and things that are just become laborious to manage on an ongoing basis. Another IT-driven reason is increasing the operational efficiency and lowering overhead. This can be chalked up as reducing technical debt, condensing or unifying technology and platforms, or often the case, responding to an increased amount of needs from the sales and marketing team driven around technology. They're becoming more sophisticated, have a stronger desire for tools, and IT is needed to support them. They may not have as much time and resource to dedicate towards otherwise maintaining legacy systems that have a high amount of overhead. On the other side of the coin, there's the sales and marketing and operations driven initiatives. More often than not, those are focused on improving the customer experience. With the change in demographic and the millennial demographic being the new customers and new decision makers that we're having to work with, we need to appeal to their technology desires and to really have a technology and digital first experience always. Phasing out manual processes is also a big goal, reducing a lot of back and forth, paper, email, and human interaction. Not extracting the relationship aspect from an engagement, rather making it easier. Also, moving to a self-service model is really at the forefront of a lot of our customers in terms of their digital solutions, trying to make sure that their customers have the tools and technology at their fingertips to self-service their daily needs and not require them to always interact with the distributors, manufacturers, or whoever their vendors may be. And last but not least, the customer's expectations are increasing exponentially in terms of the digital experience and the user experience. It's not just about design and a good looking application. It's about one that is personal and make sure that it makes the overall experience much easier and is constantly evolving to better adapt to, again, the sophisticated expectations of users. Growth in market share is also something to think about. A lot of organizations are investing in technology projects to either keep up or perhaps stay ahead of competitors. They definitely are experiencing a higher amount of margin when it comes to selling online and the self-service model especially, so helping to increase top line revenue, but also profitability, and really embracing technology as a differentiator. So I think the State Electric project is a good example of a lot of these things. This really represents the key goals and motivators for their specific project. So before we go into the specifics of State Electric, let's just talk a little bit about some use cases and what might make sense to look at your different technology systems and ask yourselves, is there a better way? And what can we ultimately do or provide our customers to take our legacy systems, not necessarily get rid of them, but to enhance, integrate, and improve the connectivity between those systems to provide a better user experience. So often we have a kind of an ecosystem represented by kind of your company headquarters, your company mission critical applications, things that you're using day to day to conduct business. And then you have your critical business systems, such as OpenEdge or products that have been built on OpenEdge, and other systems such as your CRM, your PLM, your PIM, ERP, a lot of other critical systems. The challenge is often, how do we take this existing infrastructure and package it up in a way so that we can provide our users and our customers a digital first experience, whether it's through the website, through offering commerce, secure portals, or perhaps mobile apps. And this, again, is just scratching the surface. But the key takeaway here is to think about your organization and if it could benefit from an improved website, a new or better commerce experience, a new secure portal or way to transact and do business with customers in a non-public fashion, or other digital channels such as a mobile app that can solve unique solutions and challenges your customers face through technology. In the case of State Electric, they had a very similar infrastructure where they had their back office systems, which was the Infor ERP, and a couple other third-party applications working in a silo. It really didn't have a good way to expose all that information from ERP to a digital first experience. And conversely, it didn't have a good way to take that digital first experience, those digital channels, and synchronize that information back into ERP. So this is a good overview of kind of the high level architecture of what was constructed for State Electric. We have, in their case, Infor SX.e, which is their ERP system, going through a middleware layer, which handled a number of integrations to other third parties, and also HawkSearch, which we'll talk a little bit later. And then the nuts and bolts behind their public-facing digital channels being Progress Sitefinity as the content management system, Rock Commerce, which plugs into Sitefinity as the e-commerce solution. And combined, those provided a website, commerce experience, and B2B portal. And additionally, they had created a mobile app that many of their customers are using and getting great feedback with. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Dave Gravely from State Electric to talk a little bit more about their experience in working with American Eagle and also Sitefinity CMS, Rock Commerce, and HawkSearch as part of their overall platform for this project. Dave.
Very good. Thank you for inviting us to come and participate in this webinar, and want to take just a few minutes to share a little bit about State Electric. State Electric's one of the largest electrical distributors in the country, been in business since 1952. And as mentioned earlier, our CEO is quite honestly quite the visionary. And most people don't look at someone of perhaps that age and see them as an e-commerce or an online visionary, but our CEO always had a passion for State Electric to be online, and not just be online, just have a presence, but to be online in a large way. He felt that in time that we would be seeing 30 to 40% of our revenue flowing through an online platform. So it was very important to him that we were not just on the leading edge, but quite honestly in the electrical industry, being on the bleeding edge of technology. State Electric has never been a company that wants to follow as much as what we want to lead. And he was always on the front end of technology and wanting us to be on the front end of technology when it comes to being online. For our customers, as we watch customers start to migrate slowly in the electrical industry, but migrating to online platforms, he knew that and had enough sense to know that we needed to be on the front end of that so we could lead our industry into that arena. We do have 40 locations in 6 states. We have between 750 and 800 employees, and we represent 60,000 plus items online for our customers. As we migrated to Looking, this is actually the third web platform that State Electric has had. We actually started in the late 90s with an in-house homegrown platform that was very clunky, very poor, and quite honestly didn't survive very long. We then migrated to a Infor product that had some issues itself, and I will let Libby talk a little bit about some of the issues we have there.
Hello, everyone. This is Libby, and I'd like to tell you a little bit of what our pain points were. While most would say our legacy platform was solid, the 2002 technology was rigid and pretty sterile. The CMS didn't exist by today's standards. It was what we would call old school, IT-centric, and you needed IT support or IT skills for everything. The search was elementary and tree-driven menus. You clicked through multiple levels of that tree to drill down to the end node where you'd find your products. The business rules for products list or visibility, boosting product, required tedious sequencing and resequencing. On the integrations, they were very challenging and long timelines. The ERP integration was not flexible. The original APIs followed the lines of EDI processing. We often found that the APIs didn't include a lot of the fields in order creation or order processing that we wanted to access. And then the resources required to set up punch-outs was very expensive and very long timelines. Mobile devices, well, as we knew mobile devices in 2002, they're not functioning what they do today. So the legacy platform didn't have a responsive design, and that resulted in lost market share of our customers trending today to smartphones, iPads, and other ordering devices. What were we trying to solve for? That user experience. State Electric wanted to bring the B2C user experience to the B2B world. We wanted a user-friendly, secure platform for keeping it fresh with options to personalize the site for ease of shopping and suggested sale, and that was for service and additional revenues. The nature of the B2B distribution business brings a whole new set of challenges for finding products, and State Electric brings another level of complexity by representing different manufacturer lines at different locations. So a demanding search engine is essential. If you can't find it, you can't buy it. Our new search toolkit had to include easy-to-use business rules for boost and bury, and restricting visibility or elevating product, badging content, and maximizing our market segments. So we live in a mobile, potable, on-demand world that never sleeps, and that demand was recently boosted with curbside pickups in our essential business. We wanted to be more than just a traditional website and bring you a basic e-commerce by offering a variety of ambitious online solutions for sales and services. That integration toolbox needed to include scanning inputs, picture and image attachments like schematics, and we need our new platform to play nicely with import and exports from worksheets, business systems, marketplace transactions, catalogs, and even the CXML and POs and invoices. And we needed a diverse user management tool. To meet the needs of that broad base of customers that we have, we required a platform that could be versatile in administration of the users and organizations, roles and permissions, and visibility. We have everything from the small entrepreneur, the single tool man, small businessman, to large institutional and industrial customers. We even have market silos in datacom, oil and gas, mining, and PT, power transmission. We try to accommodate everyone from the small user to the large user with the complexity of their ordering needs. That user offering needed to be secure, but yet pliable enough that a customer could self-manage their own users, set some spending limits, approve requisitions, and even convert quotes to orders. We needed an option for our customers and our sales team to work on behalf of multiple organizations, not just a one-to-one relationship. So then the owner experience. Ease of use, not technically dependent, like Craig said there in the beginning. We need to be secure and fluid in our integration, not only for those e-business platforms and our ERP, but also with the e-procurement partners, like a plug and play for punch-outs. For content management, it needs to be PIM-like to build out and update everything from our taxonomy to digital assets, and from facets to meta tags and pricing. This marketing-centric solution had to make it easy to change banners and landing pages and to personalize the user groups, whether we scheduled it or did it on the fly. It's real important sometimes to be able to make a change from home at night to keep up with something new that's happening. We couldn't help ourselves with this vast undertaking and our small staff and unrefined skill sets. Therefore, we were looking for a partner offering a retainer for professional help. That's as we transition from the build, the go live, and the maturity of our site and development of our own resources. Part of our solutions included a new partner. Dave, you want to talk a little bit about how we picked out our new partner?
Yes, I'd like to talk a little bit about the selection of American Eagle, and Libby had mentioned just the need for the tools to be marketing-centric, We also faced a big need with visibility rules. So as we progressed through looking at several different platforms, we had a list of things that we just had to have as we move forward with a new partner. And as we sat down with American Eagle and we looked at what they were able to do, we were super impressed with their staffing, their resources, their ability to customize and to work. We were looking for more than just a platform. We were looking for a long-term partnership. And American Eagle was able to deliver that to us with their team, their professional team, their experience, their expertise, the portfolio of customers they had been working with. So it was very important to us to move forward with somebody that just had this smorgasbord of talent working for them and platforms and their ability to help us as we move forward. The reality is in the electrical industry, we were behind the curve, and the entire electrical industry is behind the curve. And it was very important that we selected a partner that would help us move forward very quickly. And we found that when we teamed up with American Eagle and the products that they brought to us when we started working on our new site.
So Libby, perhaps you could talk a little bit about some of the key products that were used as part of the overall solution.
Well, American Eagle helped us to identify that magical recipe for Stay Electric from the smorgasbord that Dave mentioned previously. Those key ingredients are the ecommerce for our content and transactions, the Hawk search functionality, Progress Sitefinity encompasses the entire site functionality, and Progress OpenEdge provides a platform that Sitefinity was actually built on top of. And of course, our friends at American Eagle, the American Eagle team is our binding agent. Now, with Rock Commerce, in terms of content, the Rock catalog provides us the product images, the product descriptions, banner images, and then Rock manages Stay Electric's users, orders, and our products. It's our gateway between our third-party solutions and the Stay Electric site, such as with our credit card payment processor, SimPOS, our ERP SX.e, and our ADE content coming from that PIM there. State Electric utilizes the Hawk search for our search functionality. Through Hawk, State Electric has the ability to boost certain products, set up visibility rules, manipulate landing and listing pages. For SEO purposes, we utilize a combination of Rock and Sitefinity. And when creating a new page within Sitefinity, you enter your page title, your meta descriptions, and meta tags. Then Rock provides SEO information for dynamic pages like category landing pages or listing pages. Sitefinity acts as our website shell for the entire site functionality for State Electric. It gives us the ability to create content such as pages, news and events, blogs, to name a few. Sitefinity's good user-friendly solution for both CMS and front end. And Sitefinity provides templates, and then Rock utilizes those templates. It makes it very easy and user-friendly. And Sitefinity is managed by both our AE professional website marketing support staff and by members of our own e-commerce and marketing teams. And OpenEdge, what else can I say, but it ties it all together. I'd call it an essential state-of-the-art tool used to achieve confident and efficient integrations. Sitefinity was actually built on top of the OpenEdge platform, and Sitefinity utilizes OpenEdge to maintain the functionality and communication with the databases and files. It's actually used by our AE developers and programmers, and the OpenEdge's advanced business language provides secure interface language for things like our AE platforms, Stay Electric's ERP system, digital marketing, our credit card processor, e-procurement, marketplace partners, and of course, the mobile app. You know, after talking about some of our solution tools, we do want to celebrate some of our wins with you. So to talk about our results, I'm asking my teammates Laurie and Dave, can you give us some of our business and marketing wins?
Sure, Libby. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of our marketing wins with the platform. We've been able to do a lot of the things that we've been wanting to do with the digital marketing features within Sitefinity. Currently, we are using the email stylizing and the automation feature. We're sending those to our customers for order notifications and marketing emails. We're trying to continue to build out our campaigns. There's a promotional feature that we use. You can set up promotions by sale price, coupon code, or percentage off. It's extremely easy to do. It can be on the fly or scheduled. We can also do that with our homepage. Any page updates, we can schedule them. They can also be done on the fly. I think Libby or Dave talked about that previously. So for example, if we are wanting to change banners and we know that we're going to run a promotion in the following month, we can go ahead and schedule those types of things for that day, and then we can turn it off on a specific day. It just makes it easy for our team to plan and schedule our digital marketing campaigns. We continue to keep going doing our SEO efforts. We work with American Eagle's digital marketing team and our group in here to help with the platform and our pages to boost our traffic and our results. I'm going to hand it over to Dave to talk a little bit about the category content and how we have been successful with that.
Thank you, Lori. It was very important to us when selecting a partner. We have some manufacturers that have some digital compliance requirements that becomes very important to be able to manage the content. And actually, we have to be able to display content in some areas and not in other areas to meet the requirements of some of our manufacturers. So it was important using the tools that we could toggle the visibility as to what customers were allowed to see and not see on our site. Also, using the A/B testing, we're able to use in a test environment to make sure what customers are going to react to, what's working on the website. We're constantly looking for ways for improvement, and the tools on the back end give us all the flexibility to be able to optimize the site. We also have customers that want to come to our site, but we want to direct them to a customized landing page just for them. We have contractors that visibility is very important to them. They don't want their folks in the field to see more than a certain number of products, and we're able to customize landing pages and create special landing pages for customers that need that. We also have a variety of customers using a punch-out environment, and again, it's important that when the customers come to our website, that they're not able to leave that site. They have to stay essentially within the framework of with our site. So we're able to do that with the tools that we have as we move forward. Homepage updates, Lori talked about that. They're very easy. They can schedule those. They can make the changes on the fly or through a schedule. Category management, again, very important to us as we try to meet digital compliance rules with our customers as we move forward. Libby, if you'd share a few more of the technical wins for us.
Yes, I'd be happy to. Launched in actually 2018. Then we had to turn around and basically relaunch because our ERP system moved to a new version of the release. And then that also was able to reduce our punch-out integration cycles. We were able to add new iBoss app, and it's just been a wonderful response in that regard of shortening our timelines. We had seamless business integrations. We've had success with our punch-outs, our catalogs, again, the iBoss and app, and even a third-party single sign-on, payment tokenization, and CXML invoicing as we upgraded to 11X. The responsive design has been continuously improving for mobile devices, and that diverse user management with permissions and personalization. Our registered consumers are up 10,000 plus. Our B2B is 30% year over year, and our punch-out catalogs have increased by 100% year over year. So we have a lot of good things to look forward to in our technical arena.
So Lori, let's talk specifically about the numbers. Can you give us some information about the results of the site to date for you?
Sure. You can see in the slide here, that our results, our KPIs are up. Our overall traffic, organic traffic, transactions, and revenue. This continues to grow with the help of American Eagle and the platform. We continue to have more users, improve our meta descriptions, page titles, etc. With all of these tools that we have available within the platform, we continue to grow our revenue and our traffic. On this next slide, you can see our SEO performance is up. We have continued to work with American Eagle in growing our organic traffic, our first page keywords, our transactions, and revenue. With the B2Bs returning to work after the COVID, you can also see that our organic search was up from May over the last May. And then we had the Hawk search performance. This is the tool within the platform that we can help our keyword search, help with our landing page results. And so you see that we grew with our sessions with our search, and our site search revenue has also increased. However, our transactions are a little bit down, but we're seeing the results of COVID-19 within the last few months. But we continue to use that platform and learn and help increase our revenue.
Great, thank you. We appreciate you joining us, Dave, Lori, Libby. I think there's just maybe a few questions. Lori, I heard that this was an award-winning site. Can you talk a little bit about some of the recognition that you have received?
Yes, we were chosen it's an electrical organization. It's called NAAD, and we were chosen for the best of the best for our website design. I believe that was in 2018. We have electrical distributors that submit from all over the country, and State Electric was chosen.
That's great, thank you. Dave, can you tell us a little bit more about the customers that the site serves? What are the differences in the different segments that you serve, and how is the site beneficial to them?
State Electric's kind of uncommon when it comes to electrical distributors. We're very diverse in the customers that we serve, from institutional accounts, which would be hospitals, universities, medical centers, government, to large industrials. These are the people that are producing maybe automobiles or producing some type of product that is then sold into the market. We also service residential customers, for those folks that want to walk in and purchase products, or go to our website and purchase products. So we're very diversified. We also do mining, utility, gas and oil. So it was very important to us to represent online for those customers that are starting to move into that arena, to be able to offer them online. And not only that, but to be able to segment those customers, because a lot of products they use are unique to them and to their industry. So we're primarily a B2B company, but we also dabble a little bit B2C. It was very important for us that we were able to deliver the customers, Libby said much earlier, deliver a B2C experience, but do it in a B2B environment with all the tools and everything a customer needs on that end. Because the reality is the electrical industry is not setting the expectations that a customer has when they come to a website. Those expectations, what a customer sees, how a site responds, those things have already been set by people that were into this a lot earlier than we are, a lot of the large companies. So it was very important to us that we not only met those expectations to our diverse customers, but also exceeded those expectations as we move forward with our customers.
Can you be a little bit more specific when you say expectations? What expectations did users or customers have?
The electrical industry, obviously slow coming into the online arena. So a lot of the really large companies that are online already, they have already set the standards for how to give a customer a good user experience. They send them, the searchability on their site, the acknowledgments that they send to the customer, letting them know the product's been ordered, let them know that his product's on the way. Those are basic expectations that a customer has when they come to not just our site, but any website. It's kind of a rite of passage, these things that that the searchability is there, that you keep the customer well informed as you move forward throughout the sales cycle. And our industry was really lagging in those type things. So we had to play a bit of catch up in delivering those user experiences or the customer expectations in the online environment. And it was very important to us that we chose a partner that helped us accelerate there quickly.
That's great, Dave. Thank you. Lori, can you talk a little bit about Sitefinity from a marketer's perspective? Does your team find it easy to use? What are some of the capabilities that they like most?
Yes, we, in the beginning of this process, that was one of the things that we really wanted to, learn about and focus on in choosing, a partner. Our previous platform that we used was very hard to use from a marketing perspective. A lot of it had to do, you had to code if you wanted to do anything, and with our group really focused on marketing, that's not something that any of us were really familiar with. So in searching for a platform, we wanted to make sure that we could use it pretty easily and it was user friendly. Some of the features that we use are, like I said, changing out the banners, updating text. When we have a location branch manager change or anything that happens, on the fly or an event, those things are very easy to do, and we use them. So I do, yes, we are very happy with Sitefinity and the platform.
And what's next for your team? I know Dave mentioned some various segmentation. Will you be doing some personalization? Are you interested in anything of that sort?
Yes. So as Dave talked about a little bit before, we're going to try to focus on customer segmentation. So we have, a broad range of customers that we, support for electrical contractors, power transmission, industrial, all these different types of customers. So what we are planning to do in the future is, really target those customers with certain types of campaigns and banners and promotions. So that is one of our next step marketing efforts. We're also working towards doing a lot more A/B testing. That's something that we've just started. So we're wanting to continue to do those as well.
That's great. Thank you. Unfortunately, it looks like we're out of time. I wanted to thank our guest speakers, Craig from American Eagle and Libby, Dave, and Lori from State Electric. We really appreciate you joining us today and sharing your story. For next steps, we recommend that you take a look at the case study located on the progress.com website, or you can contact American Eagle. American Eagle is a digital agency that works really closely with Progress, and they can work with you to understand what your requirements are as they pertain to digital strategy or e-commerce, search. There's a number of different aspects where we believe they can help you. So feel free to give them a call or reach out to them via email. Thank you. We appreciate you joining us today.